The drama just reached a whole new level, so you all had best settle in for this one. Mendeecees, Ems, aren't having any fun after Kirk's covert attack. And by attack, I mean some next-level betrayal, career-ending mess. We have a full-blown legal war going on, and this might be the last nail in the coffin. This isn't just another trivial love and hip-hop feud. Hold on, what was Kirk doing this time? How did Ems quickly change the course and bring a full-scale lawsuit against him? And the receipts that are going to fall, darling, whoa. This is scaling lava, not just tea. But hold on. Do you recall how Kirk has been acting strangely lately behind Ems' back? The covert meetings, the cunning little plays? Now it appears Ems have had enough. The heat is on. Is Yandy involved? Some old unfinished business? Or did Kirk simply make a bad decision at the wrong moment? Oh, don't even trip. We have all the sloppy details and the drama behind the scenes, and I promise you will be shocked by the end of this movie. Hold on tight, because we're going to reveal everything. You'd be completely mistaken to believe that the turmoil between Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris was finished. Rumor has it that Mendeecees has formally launched a legal case against Kirk, which is going to make this story even more bizarre. Believe me when I say that there are all the indications of a significant conspiracy simmering beneath the surface of this litigation. That is what we believe to be true. It's much dirtier and much deeper than that. Listen, the real question is, what did Kirk Frost do that escalated the situation to this point? It's not just about Ems bringing a complaint. This appears to be a calculated attack rather than a simple personal grudge. Kirk didn't care as long as Ems didn't talk. However, as soon as Ems filed the lawsuit, all of these secrets began to surface. Did you observe too? Yandy Smith has been silent during this whole ordeal. She used to constantly step in to protect Ems, but this time she's keeping quiet. Does this imply that she doesn't agree with the argument? Or is she aware that some of her personal secrets may also be revealed if she speaks up? Because let's face it, nobody is perfect in the hip-hop and Hollywood industries. Let's dissect everything now. Kirk Frost was accused of having a covert purpose against Ems, which is how this whole thing began. The first was the revelation of Kirk's covert liaison with Jasmine Blue, which revealed much more than his infidelity with Rashida Frost. This time, Mendeecees and his family were the target of the drama. Then, all of a sudden, a leaked secret conversation between Kirk and Ems shows Kirk talking about something dubious. Although this meeting was held in a public setting, it was secretly videotaped and released to the media by someone within. Everyone was shocked to hear what was being said in that conversation. Mendeecees bluntly threatened to take Kirk to court if he didn't stop his dubious actions. But you know what? Instead of giving up, Kirk Frost threatened Ems. You see the pattern? This man, who is so busy trying to damage other people's careers, is now freaking out because the tables are turning on him. But listen, Mendeecees is no rookie in this game. This man has gone through prison, and he knows precisely how to fight back when people try to mess with him. When he discovered that Kirk Frost wasn't stopping, he brought the problem right to the legal system. And here's the actual twist. This lawsuit isn't just your basic defamation case. This is for malicious interference. Mendeecees is trying to prove that Kirk didn't just cheat. He actually planned an attack against Ems. Now, the major question is, what kind of attack are we talking about? Kirk Frost was allegedly maliciously meddling in Mendeecees' business activities. According to sources, he was surreptitiously approaching Ems' connections and clients, giving them misleading information, and even leaking confidential company records through an unidentified source. You got it now. Kirk had been secretly conducting a well-thought-out takedown operation against Mendeecees. This was more than just a personal battle. Mendeecees concluded that the only remaining course of action was to take legal action after learning the truth. Now consider this. Mendeecees wouldn't be going this far if this were just a trivial dispute. But when someone tampers with your personal life, company, or reputation, this isn't simply a beef. It's war. And believe me, this is a power war, not just a business matter. Legal actions and covert tactics are the only ways for Kirk Frost and Mendeecees, two powerful figures in their respective industries, to defeat one another. There's more to this story, though, so wait. Kirk Frost will not simply sit back and take it lying down now that this case has been launched. This raises the next important question. What will Kirk do at this point? Is he already preparing another covert move behind the scenes, or is he going to fight this case legally? The most important query is, why is Yandy Smith remaining silent? Face it, Yandy has been utterly absent from the discussion ever since the Ems case became public. Does that imply that she was aware of this event beforehand? Or worse, is she really on Kirk Frost's side? What does it mean for Ems if Yandy is truly avoiding this case? Because as long as Yandy and Ems were a team, Kirk had no chance. However, if Yandy begins to lean in Kirk's direction, Ems may lose this fight. What Em will do next is the real question. The real battle is yet to come. This is only the start of the legal battle. What comes next then? What is Kirk Frost going to do? What role does Yandy play in this situation? Most importantly, what does Ems actually stand to gain from this case if he prevails? In part 2, we'll dissect everything, including media coverage, legal loopholes, and the industry's response to this crazy circumstance. So pay close attention because this story is going to grow even more bizarre. Things are going to become much uglier now that Kirk Frost has been officially sued by Ems Hair. Because, let's face it, Kirk isn't the kind to accept defeat without a fight. And you know what? He's already working behind the scenes to change the outcome of this case to his advantage. See, this isn't just a normal lawsuit. This is a full-blown battle of power, influence, and secrets. When you're dealing with someone like Kirk Frost, you best believe that he's already pulling every trick in the book to escape this mess. But here's the twist. Sources are now claiming that Kirk isn't just defending himself. He's actually trying to turn the tables on Ems. Yep, you heard that right. Instead of only contesting the lawsuit, Kirk is purportedly going to bring a counter case against Ems. And what's the foundation of this counter lawsuit, you ask? Well, allegedly, Kirk's legal team is about to argue that Ems is creating this entire case just to harm Kirk's name. They're trying to twist the narrative and make it seem like Ems is just jealous of Kirk's success and looking for retribution. Now, let's pause for a second. Jealous of Kirk's success? When was the last time we looked? Kirk was out here cheating on his wife, losing business agreements, and scurrying around attempting to clean up his public image. But now he suddenly wants to appear like he's a victim? Makes sense of it. But hold on, things get worse. Because Kirk is using his industry ties to influence the situation behind the scenes in addition to depending on legal arguments. Who do you think is assisting him? That would be Rashida Frost, his wife. Let's face it, Rashida has supported Kirk despite all of the infidelity scandals and dubious business practices. She is now apparently attempting to shield Kirk from this lawsuit by using her own connections. Rumors claim that Rashida is attempting to prevent the media from reporting on this lawsuit by calling some prominent figures in the field. Yes, she is purportedly attempting to shift the narrative by contacting blogs, entertainment news websites, and even some legal professionals. And pay attention, this isn't merely conjecture. You would think that all of the main blogs would be raving about this news as soon as Ems filed the case, wouldn't they? Surprisingly, however, several platforms have been eerily silent. What is actually happening here then? Kirk and Rashida appear to be making every effort to prevent this issue from being widely known. And why? Because they know that if too many people start digging, more secrets are going to get uncovered. And let's take a moment to discuss these secrets. Do you recall Kirk's cover meetings with Ems' business associates and his disclosure of personal information? That was only the beginning. Because according to current reports, Kirk may have participated in even more nefarious business dealings behind Ems' back. There are rumors that Kirk Frost was obtaining commercial transactions for himself by utilizing Ems' name. In other words, he was out here pretending to be associated with Ems, closing transactions, and then taking the money. If this is accurate, then this is outright fraud rather than simply corporate betrayal. Not to mention that Kirk Frost has a track record of dubious financial dealings. Do you recall how he was discovered to have mismanaged Rashida's funds and purportedly used their joint accounts for his own expenses? Yes, for years this individual has been acting in the shadows. Kirk is in a panic now that Ems is pursuing legal action because he is aware that if investigators delve too deep, they may uncover more information that could put him in danger. But wait, there's more. Because Yandy Smith has yet to comment on the whole matter, and it is beginning to appear really suspect. You see, anytime there is drama surrounding Em, Yandy is generally the center of attention. She never stops posting on social media, giving folks the finger, and letting everyone know that she is rooting for her partner. However, this time nothing. Not a single post, comment, or even a note to stay strong. What does this mean then? There are two main options. Yandy secretly believes Mendeecees is making a mistake, but she doesn't genuinely support this case. Perhaps she doesn't want to become involved in the situation and thinks that a court battle with Kirk will just make matters worse. Option 2. Yandy is keeping quiet because she has to keep her own secret safe. Perhaps she is aware that some information about her may surface if this case is investigated, not to mention that Yandy herself has engaged in several dubious business practices. Remember the whole scenario where people accused her of faking her marriage to Mendeecees simply for TV? Yes, she didn't exactly come across as reliable after that. Thus, perhaps Yandy is merely attempting to avoid the line of fire now that Kirk and Mendeecees are at war. Because let's face it, her entire public persona might be destroyed if she chooses the wrong side. The true question, though, is what comes next. This case may take years to resolve if Kirk intends to countersue Mendeecees. Not to mention that Kirk has influential contacts in the field who may attempt to assist him in escaping this predicament. Will Mendeecees prevail in this conflict, then? Or will Kirk manage to get around the penalties by manipulating the system? What sort of evidence will be presented if this matter goes to trial? Because let's face it, none of these men want the world to know their secrets. Thus, the actual conflict has not yet begun. Even more important issues now arise. Is Kirk only bluffing, or will he genuinely pursue this counter-lawsuit? Is Yandy keeping quiet because she has something to hide, or is she sneaking about to safeguard Mendeecees? Above all, what would happen if Mendeecees were to win this case? If Mendeecees wins, Kirk's career may be ended. No more industry contacts, no more business agreements, and no more love and hip-hop plots to keep him current. And believe me, Kirk will not stand by and let that happen. The true question then becomes, who will take the next action? Is Kirk going to go full villain and try to destroy Mendeecees in court? Or will Mendeecees reveal more secrets that might permanently destroy Kirk? Because this drama is far from over, I assure you. In Part 3, we'll explain how this legal dispute is already causing a stir in the industry, who is covertly siding, and what Kirk Frost might really have to deal with if this case doesn't work out. So keep an eye out because things are going to get much more crazy. Okay, so things are going to get crazy now that Kirk Frost is attempting to countersue Mendeecees Harris. Because let's face it, Kirk is currently struggling to survive. He is aware that this litigation might be the last nail in the coffin of his career. He is therefore using every shady tactic possible to stay afloat. The issue is that Mendeecees isn't giving up either. Kirk believed that this lawsuit would be resolved quickly and that he could simply use his contacts in the industry to quietly end it. He was surprised, however, by Mendeecees' readiness. And you know what? Now fresh information is coming to light, and it's not good news for Kirk Frost. Remember when we talked about Kirk allegedly stealing Mendeecees' business contacts and making backdoor deals? Well, turns out Mendeecees has proof. Sources are now claiming that Mendeecees' legal team has obtained emails, text messages, and even phone call recordings that show Kirk was lying to investors, claiming he was handling business for Mendeecees, secretly transferring money from deals into his own accounts, promising business deals in Mendeecees' name, and then vanishing with the cash. If this is true, Kirk isn't just looking at a civil lawsuit. This could turn into a full-blown criminal case. Because, let's be real, this isn't just a business quarrel. This is fraud, embezzlement, and deception on a whole new level. And if the correct authorities get involved, Kirk might be looking at severe consequences. But hold on, it gets worse. Everyone is staring at Rashida like, girl, what do you know when all of this drama is unfolding? The problem is that despite Kirk's extensive history of dubious dealings, Rashida consistently pretends to be innocent. She often gives the impression that she has no idea what goes on behind the scenes. But let's face it, how is that even feasible? Are you implying that Rashida never saw anything fishy when Kirk was scheming to steal business deals, deceive investors, and transfer funds into hidden accounts? The really intriguing part is that Kirk and Rashida are allegedly being asked to provide financial records by Mendeecees' legal team. Things start to get really messy at that point because Rashida might also face legal issues if her name appears anywhere on those accounts or if she profited from any of Kirk's dubious activities. Not to mention that Rashida is already attempting to keep the media quiet and shield Kirk from the legal action. So why is she putting so much effort into closing things down? Is she attempting to keep her husband safe? Or is it because she's trying to conceal her own role? Rashida is not merely a victim. Rather, she is a participant in the plot if she was aware of any of this. Now the whole hip-hop world is keeping a close eye on Kirk and Mendeecees as they battle this legal battle. And you know what? People are already picking sides. According to rumors, a number of love and hip-hop celebrities are covertly supporting Mendeecees because they have been waiting for Kirk to be exposed. You might be shocked by some of the names involved. According to reports, Lil Scrappy is avoiding Kirk because he doesn't want to be involved in this situation. Chaotic was heard stating that Kirk brought this on himself. Yandy Smith's silence continues to raise doubts about her commitment to Mendeecees. DJ academics and other bloggers are starting to pay attention, which indicates the story is becoming bigger. But guess who is still standing with Kirk? Stevie J. Yes, Stevie J, the king of dodgy business transactions and problematic relationships, is supposedly one of the only people still backing Kirk. And let's be real, that doesn't make Kirk look any better. So, here's the key question. If Mendeecees wins this case, what does that mean for Kirk? Well, let's break it down. If the lawsuit proceeds in Mendeecees' favor, Kirk could be required to pay a huge settlement. Mendeecees' legal team is claiming that Kirk's conduct resulted in significant financial losses, so we're talking millions of dollars in damages. It's not even the worst part, though. Kirk may be charged with a crime if investigators determine that he committed embezzlement, fraud, or other financial crimes. And let's face it, Kirk's career is done if he is arrested for this. No more commercial collaborations, no more influence in the industry, and no more love and hip-hop. What will happen to Rashida if Kirk is defeated? Rashida's enterprises might also suffer if she was involved in any manner. Her credibility is completely destroyed if it turns out that she was concealing Kirk's dubious dealings. Her whole boss chick persona is built on independence and success. This is where things start to become crazy, because you know what Kirk is likely to do if he starts to lose this case? Start snitching. Yes, Kirk may begin exposing other industry leaders who have engaged in similar dubious transactions if he thinks he's losing. Since Kirk isn't the only one who has been engaging in backdoor business practices, let's face it, numerous other hip-hop managers, reality TV stars, and business insiders have taken comparable actions. To rescue himself, Kirk may start blaming other people. If that occurs, some big names might be revealed. Since we will learn whether Kirk's countersuit is legitimate at the upcoming court hearing, all eyes are currently on that date. If Kirk's case is dismissed by the judge, Mendeecees will have an easy way to win. However, this lawsuit may stretch on for months or possibly years if Kirk is able to fight back. Additionally, more secrets will surface the longer it continues. Thus, these are the key questions that need to be addressed. Will Kirk be charged with a crime, or will he only suffer a financial loss? What will happen to Rashida's brand if her name is included? Is Yandy actually keeping quiet, or is she putting up a front to keep herself safe? Most importantly, who else will Kirk reveal if he becomes desperate? Because believe me, the consequences of this case will permanently change the industry, and it is far from over.